Today's video, we're talking about make or break year for the Detroit Lions players here. In this video, got 5 players, so I think it's going to be a make or break year for these folks. It's going to be players whom we want to see something from them a little bit more than we have. And this is going to be backup roles as well as starters in the make or break year for these said players here. But before we get into today's video, if you like Lions gear, you need to go to lionsnationite.com to get the latest and greatest gear. It could be shirts, any sort of cups, whatever you want. Lions gear right there. So let's get this video started right now. Each player that I picked, again, it's for its own reason. It doesn't have to be starters. It could be backups as well. That's what I did here. So the first player that I have is a make or break year is I'm going Henning Hooker, Lions' second-year quarterback, whom we drafted last year in the 3rd round to be a backup quarterback to our starter. And so far in OTAs and minicamp, he's had an up or down. It's been some bad days, some good days, but he definitely needs to get a little bit more precise because we need to have our QB2 ready to go before week 1. And it's not really the greatest thing here that Nate Sudfeld and him are actually competing for number 2. It should be Hendon Hooker, right? He should win it. He's athletic. He's young. He's got a gigantic of an arm. He has a way bigger ceiling than Nate Sudfeld ever has. And he's been a controversial pick since we've gotten him. Now, I don't think it's controversial. I'm great with getting your backup quarterback in the 3rd round. I have no problem, but there is people out there that's giving him grief. And so when I look at Hendon Hooker, I think he needs to come here in preseason and kick booty. He needs to do a good job in preseason and show Lions fans and everyone, the players and the coaching staff, that he is a high valued 3rd round quarterback. He is a guy who can be the backup. He is a guy that you can rely on if Jared Goff goes down. That's kind of what we want to see here. And it's not saying he's not going to make the team next year. It's of course he's going to be here next year, but we need to see something from him and to reduce the talk about QB2 because it's always the topic of big things. So let me know in the comment section right now, are you believing that Hendon Hooker can make the jump and be backup quarterback? Let me know in the comments below. Another make or break year here is a player who seems to be on a lot of lists, and that's Jameson Williams. Now, this is a legit make or break year. He has now inserted himself as to be the number 2 wide receiver, year 3 for Jameson Williams. Year 1, he didn't play barely at all, right? He was injured. Year 2, he got suspended, and then he started doing good at the end of the season, but he still had problems catching the football. Right now in OTAs and minicamp, he has made some big catches, and he's made a couple drops. Now, I think he is going to do much better this year, but he is a player who the media love to target, love to give grief, love to dog for whatever reason, and we need to shut these haters up. Now, I think he shut a lot of them up last year, at least the end of the year, when you're starting to see his ability to catch the football, run routes, and be physical. He's just getting better each practice, each game. And it is a make-or-break year for him. You know, we traded up to get Jameson Williams. We traded all the way up, got him. We've seen him grow each year, but he's got to make an impact this year. With a team that's trying to get to a Super Bowl, and we lost Josh Reynolds, that means Jameson Williams must step up significantly in 2024. Because if he doesn't step up, there's a good chance that the Lions then probably don't make the Super Bowl. You've got to have your number 2 wide receiver be a number 2 wide receiver. Now, I believe in Jameson Williams. I think a lot of people do, but then there is people who don't. And we just got to see what they do. But I love what Jamo can bring, and I think it is a make-or-break year for him, and I think he's going to make it. Next player here on my list is Levi Onwuzurike. Now, it is 110% a make-or-break year for Levi Onwuzurike. It's contract year for him, 2nd-round pick. Aleem McNeil showed a lot of flash. He's shown that he's a great defensive tackle. We got it in behind Levi in the 3rd round. And I think that this is an ideal situation for the Detroit Lions when it comes to the defensive tackle position. We went and drafted Broderick Martin, traded up for him last year. We got DJ Reader this offseason. And the assumption was, man, Levi Onwuzurike it's not looking good to him. But however, in OTAs and minicamp, he said he's paying free. He's looking good. He's making noise. That is exactly what you want to see in a contract year for Levi Onwuzurike. And I think he's going to do good. This is a make year for Levi Onwuzurike, and I'm going on a limb here. Last year, I didn't think he'd make the team. I thought his spine surgery would be the doom of his career, but somehow he's gotten past it, and now he's building muscle, he's practicing well, and he says he has no pain. And I think that this kind of would be his third year, right? It's going to be his fourth year, but it's going to be his third year because he hasn't really done anything because of his injury. So, look, this is a 110% a make-or-break year. If he does not live up, he's not going to be here after this season. It's just not going to happen. If he comes in here and he continues to be in and out of the lineup and not doing well, he's not going to make the team. Honestly, I'm liking what I'm hearing from him. I do think he's going to do good in 2024. So don't crap on me on this one if you think, oh, I actually do think that he's going to make it here, and it's going to be a really good thing. So in the comment section right now, name a player who you think is a make-or-break year. It could be any name. It could be Levi Onwuzurike. It could be somebody else. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 2 player that I have, it's a make-or-break year, is Joshua Pascal. That's right. Josh Pascal. It's time for this man to break out. This is year 3. We drafted him again in the second round. Didn't do much the first year. The second year, he showed some promise, the Kansas City game and in the playoffs, and we expect him to break out year 3. We invested a high draft pick in him, and he is a leader whom we drafted, and we need to have somebody else opposite of Aidan Hutchinson. We need to have somebody, and Joshua Pascal is an individual who we expect to draft and step up. I can't tell you if he's going to step up this year. I can't tell you if it's going to be a make and or break year. I hope it's a make. I don't know with Pascal. He is quite difficult to really get a grasp under. First off, he plays on all parts of the line, right? Defensive tackle, he plays edge as well. And he's a tweener type of player. But we need to get more pressures from him. He's doing good in the run stuffing category, and I like that, but he's got to get better as a pass rusher, right? We expect him to grow. We're seeing other people grow. It's time for Pascal to grow. Last year, Afutu Melifonwu and Derek Barnes had their year 3 moment, right? They really start to break through. The development hit, and they showed a lot of why we drafted these guys. And now this needs to be the year for Joshua Pascal. He needs to do what the other 2 did last year, Iffy, and he needs to do what Iffy did, Derek Barnes, and even a Vildor. He needs to step up. It needs to be a player for this football team to make some improvements in his game. He really, really does. And if you can get a Joshua Pascal who, if he does improve his game, right, he does what the Derek Barnes did, what the Iffy did, what other players have done when they finally get that leap, the Lions win, right? And if you have Pascal, he steps up. Oh my God, like it really could be good for the Detroit Lions defense. He could be a player that makes this defense one of the better defenses in football, or he can just be another body. But we definitely need him to step up. If you want to make a Super Bowl, Pascal's got to step up. He does got to step up. He's got to make a jump. It is a make-or-break year. If he sucks, if Joshua Pascal fails, he may not be here after this year, right? So he's got to do it for his professional career and for our Detroit Lions trying to make a push to be champions in 2024, to be champions for the first time ever. So in the comments below, do you think Joshua Pascal will take that second-year leap? Let me know in the comments below, or just take a leap. Number 1 here, and it is an interesting player. Interesting. And I screwed up the name, but that's okay. And we're going to go ahead in here and talk about John Kaminsky. I think John Kaminsky is absolutely, it's a make-or-break year for this man. He needs to do a much improved job from last year. He had to take a pay cut. He didn't do so good last year. Year before, he was good. Now we got a new defensive line coach and Terrell Williams, John Kaminsky has got to step up. He has to. He's good at knocking the ball down. He jumps in the air, but he's got to get back to his 2023 form. He's got to take the next step because there's a lot of players and the edge position right now trying to make the team, and if John Kaminsky does not step up, if he does not take a leap, even in training camp, he could get cut. I'm talking legitimately, he could get cut in training camp. And so I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think he makes the team, but boy, oh boy, he's got to improve. He has to improve. You know, we paid him. We picked up in free just a couple years ago, and he's got to get back to form. And a lot of people on this defensive line's got to do better. And that's why you're seeing a lot of these players here are on the defensive line. Joshua Pascal, Levi, John Kaminsky. I mean, it is what it is, because the defensive line has been difficult to judge besides Hutchinson or Nalim McNeil. We need to have other individuals, and Kaminsky has got to be one of those guys. He does. If he can be one of those individuals, you throw him on Pascal's and everybody else on this defensive line, you have the rotation going when players are exhausted, and in the fourth quarter, you're absolutely still winning. Still winning, and that's what it's all about. So let me know in the comment section right now, do you think that John Kaminsky has a make or break year in 2024? Why for yes and for no? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the upcoming videos, folks, we're dropping videos every single day. We got the mailbag video coming up. We got some more, Lions news and rumors dropping for you guys. We're changing LNU up with the live streams and everybody else joining. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that. Also, hit that notification bell. Again, videos could be dropping now multiple times a day once everybody gets on crew. You don't want to miss out on that. Live streams and all. So hit that notification bell, and I'll see you later. With that said, folks, adios.